Hey everyone, welcome to my video of my best games of 2017. This is gonna be a top 5. At first I just want to do my favorite game and give you guys more of the details, like I would elaborate on that in the Juices Loose podcast where I'm a part of. But I was like, nah man, I want to talk about these games a bit calmly, so you're gonna get a top 5. Now, I'm not gonna go too much into detail. If you want more details on my opinions on these games, I highly suggest you go check out the Juices Loose podcast. We're on every Monday, 1 past midnight my time. It's like 12, like at midnight for the UK, and it's like at 7 somewhere in America. Every Monday, like either upcoming Monday or the one after that, we're gonna do our greatest games of 2017. We're gonna be talking a lot, not just about our favorite games, but some of the greatest things that happened in gaming, honorable mentions. It's gonna be a lot of fun. But for now, this video is just gonna be my top 5 favorite games of 2017. Let's go. Two 2017 for gaming was incredible. All 3 major systems got incredible games. Like each of the trifecta in gaming, you know, the PlayStation 4 had like Neo and Nier Automata and Horizon Zero Dawn, and the Switch launched, it got all these incredible games like Mario and Zelda and Xenoblade. And on PC too, there were a lot of incredible games on PC. Like these three, they did amazing. But you can only stick with one, and with the amount of games Nintendo released, it was hard to be a bit everywhere. So I'm seriously only taking into account games I put time and effort in. So we're instantly gonna go on 5th place for me, Mario and Rabbids Kingdom Battle. This is such a weird thing. Who would have said, when the rumors surfaced a year ago about this game, nobody liked it. I didn't like it. I fucking hate the Rabbids. I hate the Rabbids with all my guts, because in France, these fucking assholes are huge and they're not funny and they're stupid and there's like toilet humor and that kind of stuff, and I hate toilet humor. It is like, but this game launched on the Switch and I bought it because the battle system seemed interesting to me. This game it blew me away. It did everything right. First of all, I tuned down the toilet humor on the Rabbids, and they made the humor a lot more general, a lot more simple, more intelligent sometimes even. Up to date for this day and age, with like selfie and all that bullshit, you know, and the cross-dressing shit. Like, it's so much fun. But not just that, this game, it plays like a cartoon and it looks like a cartoon. When you move your characters across the field, they run and they turn around and they hide between a block, and then they turn and they shoot, and like you can launch people through the air. There's several phases. It's not just walk, shoot. You can walk. You can use one of your other characters to skip over the field, and you keep walking, you attack somebody and you hide. And all of this is choices you make. And it looks like a cartoon and it looks amazing. I love how fluid it looks, and I just love how it plays. And it's not just that. When the enemy moves, the enemy can do the same thing you do. So it's not just like you have all these options and the enemy, no, the enemy does the same. So at one point, if you set all your moves, and the enemy set all their moves, you are literally watching a cartoon play. Like, you have certain abilities that go in slow motion and somebody shoots. So at one point, you run, you hide, you walk, you shoot, you use one of your teammates to fly through the air. The enemy goes in slow motion, the camera revolves around the whole event, and you get shot and somebody else shoots and you hide. And all of this is like one move and one turn, and it's a delight to play. And it just looks breathtaking. It looks amazing, and with the music added, like some of the remakes on like the old Donkey Kong theme, for example, stuff like that, it is a must own. Even if you don't love strategy games, it's a must own. It is just so much fun to play.
Here we go, off the rails. But you know, it's time to raise our sails. It's freedom like you never knew. 20 flags or a pass. Say the word, I'll be there in a flash. You could say my hat is off to you.
4th place. This is gonna stir up some shit for sure. Super Mario Odyssey. I definitely understand why so many people select this as their game of the year. It is an incredible game. But I grew up with Mario from the start, from the Nintendo. I was there when A Link to the Past became Ocarina of Time. And I was there when Super Mario World became Super Mario 64. I was there in this jump to 3D, and that is a feeling you can never experience again, and it can't be recreated in gaming. Some people like to say that this game gave them that feeling. It can't do that to me. It can't. When you were there for the for that switch, for the turnaround from 2D to 3D, it is almost impossible to imagine how that felt. I love this game. I had so much fun. The music isn't very memorable. It had the Wood Kingdom, which is pretty cool. The Bowser Land theme is pretty cool. It has some cool themes. That's about it. It looks gorgeous and it plays really well. But in the end, to me, this is nothing but a watered down gimmick of Sunshine. It gives you more mobility, more agility, but not the way it was in Sunshine. And not only that, I did not like the destructuration of the game. I liked it how Super Mario 64 and Super Mario Sunshine had this structure going to it. You go into a level, you get a mission, and the level gets programmed and adapted to that mission. They were allowed to mess around with the level, but here it's not just not that structured. I feel that it's too much. There's too much fluff in this game. If you play games the way I play games, and you play them because they're fun, and you don't just go to the end, because if you just go to the end, it's pretty easy. But if you don't do that and you want to experience everything in the game, at one point it's just not fun anymore. You're just looking between every wall, inside every bush, on the floor, because that's most of what this game is. You walk to a moon, you go to a moon, you climb a tree for a moon, you look behind the wall for a moon, and it is just, it's boring. It's boring. And once you get further in the game and you have only a couple of moons left, you're just walking around, and it's just not fun walking around non-stop. So that's why it's definitely a great game, but it's not one of the best games, and it's definitely not one of the best Mario games. Still, it deserves a 4th place in this top 5. On 3rd place, I've been looking forward to this game for so long, since the first images surfaced, the first videos were shown. This game looked incredible. I don't have a physical copy of this game because I have it on my Steam. There is a physical copy, but it was part of the indie box, and if you want that, I think you have to pay like around $100 to get it. I think it's something like that. I want that at one point because it came with a lot of goodies, but I don't have it yet. But that game is Hollow Knight. This game is fucking incredible. I love this game. My favorite type of games are 2D platformers. I just love 2D games more than 3D somewhat, because especially when it comes to platforming, there's a lot of hand-eye coordination. It's a lot more thought out. It requires a lot more precision. It's not as random as 3D platforming sometimes is. And Hollow Knight, it brought this Metroidvania style. But the great thing about it is, while you're playing it, it doesn't make you feel like it's Metroidvania, because very fast you get new abilities, new moves, stuff to equip. The combat is a lot of fun, and you get very quickly, you get like shortcuts through places you've been, so you're not just looping around all the time looking for that one room you haven't been in yet. It's very detailed, and it just does it great, and this game feels as if Disney would make a cartoon inspired by Burton, and it's a perfect combination, and not just in the art style but also in the music. It is great atmospheric, eerie music. That's just the main theme. It is super darkly atmospheric, and I just love it so much. And your moveset evolves steadily throughout the game, and this exploration is fun. And I just like this gritty, like empty, archaic atmosphere. It has to be on this list. This is perfect gameplay for me, and it is hard. Like, you have some of these boss fights, they're really hard. So this game definitely has to be on this list for all of that stuff. Not a moment passes in this game where I feel like not only I don't know what I'm doing, but I don't like what I'm doing. Everything is fun, and if you like 2D platformers or you like this Metroidvania style, you have to check out Hollow Knight.
私たちはレックスにみんなに出会えた最高の思い出です。
約束だろ。俺は君のために楽園に行く。楽園に行ってみせる。だから行こう。君が何のために生まれてきたのかを、俺たちと君の未来がどこに向かおうとしているのかを。
思い出いっぱい作ろうね。やめて、私の思い出を奪わないで。
ホムラー
My second favorite game of this year, and this is a massive surprise, even to me. It's Xenoblade Chronicles 2. I gave Xenoblade Chronicles X on the Wii U so much shit. There was so much wrong with it. The battles were drawn out and boring. Battling was all you did in the world. The music was absolute garbage, and Xenoblade Chronicles 2 came and it fixed everything. It gave you a story that just kept going on. It is always there. It keeps evolving. There's side quests that is not just like beat this monster, go get this item from this dude. That is everything Xenoblade X was. X was okay. It is fun to play. But apart from looking at vistas, that's all it is. This game not only looks gorgeous, the battle system became extremely intricate. It became interactive. It still has that auto function going on, but it made it interactive where you have to pay attention to when your character hit, the abilities you select, the combos you can implement. It evolved the boring ass system from X, and it made it so much fun. It became one of those games where battling enemies is actually fun to do, and it's rewarding, and it feels like you're actually part of the battle and you're not just watching it progress. That's just a part of it. That's only a part of it. This game has a god soundtrack. Now, I like to think the GameCube had some of the best soundtracks. You have Tales of Symphonia, Skies of Arcadia, and Button Titles. Those are like the holy trifecta of RPG soundtracks, in my opinion. And this game, it follows right up. It belongs to that group. And when you take up the soundtrack and the battle system and the way the game looks, and then you still have the story, it cannot be on this list. It keeps evolving and it keeps blowing me away. From the beginning of the game, you're sucked into the story. And then you reach a certain point where the music evolves, and then you get to see what the Switch has to offer visually, and it is just fun playing this game. It is an incredible RPG.
こそ話そう。100年前何があったのか。
私が今までしてきたことは何の役にも立たなかった。
そして娘を救ってやってくれ。
So my game of the year, without a doubt, and I've made several videos on this already, and it just has to be Breath of the Wild. This game did everything Skyward Sword said it would be. It did everything Twilight Princess should have been. When it comes to the scope of the world, Twilight Princess felt pretty empty. Skyward Sword was barely a world to explore. And on top of that, it took back the roots of what Zelda used to be very early on, where you start somewhere. They point you to a somewhat to a direction somewhat, like you have a purpose, and that is it, and you are free to do whatever you want. And the greatest thing about this game is you can do whatever you want. I'm 210, 220 hours in, something like that at this point. I finished it. I started to attack some of the DLC, not that much yet. I'm starting to complete the base game, and it is just fun to walk around. Unlike Mario Odyssey, Breath of the Wild, it is fun to walk around and to travel, because you keep finding new things. You keep discovering, for example, this enemy base, and like stuff happens there where you weren't even sure it was possible. You're running out of weapons, and the enemy's running out of weapons, and there's this stalemate, and this dude, he picks up this enemy and he throws it at me. That's something that never happened to me before. And it is not just that. You have one of the greatest things about Breath of the Wild, I feel, is the physics. And not just physics like this rock is rolling down this mountain. No, it's the physics of the elements. For example, at one point I was walking around and these people, they shoot like arrows at me. I'm being chased, and it starts to rain and thunder falls, and the thunder hits this tree. The tree falls on the enemy, and now the forest where I'm walking on, like, it's on fire, and this fire is starting to spread. And that is what this game is. And then the wind blows the fire around, and then the rains get more intense, and the fire can handle it, the fire goes out, and then the lightning strikes because I'm carrying metal equipment, and that is this whole game. Everything is built like this. The way the water reacts, the thunder reacts, the fire reacts, the way enemies react to everything, the world, it just feels so much alive. And this game has the most beautiful fucking grass I've ever seen in a game, and I said this before on the podcast I was on. It is sad that this game has this level of grass, because it is never done before, and the worst thing is it won't be done again, most likely. This individual animated grass is something I used to dream of as a kid, because I hate cardboard fucking cutouts, and even this game still has it in some of the trees, but it is hidden pretty well. But the grass, it is just like beautiful. You see how much I talk about this game already, and I haven't even started actually mentioning some of the shit that makes this game so good. I just love the shrines. The shrines are some of my favorite things ever to have invented in Zelda. They're some of the most calming, relaxing things, and I love the combat ones are... Man, I'm very disappointed with how many combat ones there are, but I love the puzzles, and combined with the abilities you get early in the game, and the music, and then you have like the story and the music. The story, I love that the story is something that you create as you progress. You choose how much of the story in this game you unlock. And it goes pretty deep. I absolutely love the relationship of Link and Zelda, and her disdain for Link, and the way the champions react to Link, and all of that. It gets elaborated as much as you want, depending on how well you play the game. Some people that like to complain, like they don't want to play this game because of the technology in it, which is absolutely retarded, because most Zeldas had like, you had like what, boats and trains, and you had like electronic devices, and there was so much technology in the game. You had like Skyward Sword was ridiculously overkill filled with technology. You can't love Skyward Sword and then hate on Breath of the Wild for the same reasons. And those people love to claim that there's no music, that's why they don't like it, but all they see from this is the couple of minutes people played on the treehouse where Link is walking on the Great Plateau. This game has incredible music. Hateno Village is one of the greatest Zelda themes there is, and when you go to Hyrule Castle and this super dark ambient music kicks in, and then the Zelda theme itself is integrated into that, it's just an amazing game, and it deserves... I could talk about this game for an hour, and it could give you more and more reasons, and that's the thing. There's always more why this game is so good that it is. And it is not just my game of the year, it is my second favorite Zelda game of all time, for all these reasons and so many more that I can't even begin to talk about, because like I said, this video is going to be an hour long, just me talking about Zelda, just game of the year. And even now I'm still thinking, but I could say this and I could say this, I haven't even mentioned this yet, and that is the great thing. This game, in my eyes, has one major flaw. There's a couple of things that could be better. I don't like it, for example, when you cook that dishes aren't recorded, that you just can't easily cook up dishes again. I don't like it that you don't have presets for outfits, but that's details. The one thing I really don't like about this game, it has no dungeons. Some people like to say, yeah, but Zelda doesn't require dungeons, but all Zelda had dungeons. Dungeons are an integral part for me to what the Zelda should be, and that is the main thing. This game really fucked it up, but even then, it is still that good, because the shrines, I feel, do make up for it, even though it still always leaves this void of not having any dungeons. Still, I keep talking about this shit. I gotta stop, because I will never stop talking about this game. Thank you guys for watching. These were my top 5 favorite games. Check some of these out, especially like Hollow Knight. It goes way under the radar, I feel, and it deserves so much praise. Like, as I said, in the Juice Loot podcast, I will elaborate on some of this shit even more. You're gonna hear the opinion of the other people on there. Like, I will link that as a channel at the end of this video. Go check it out. Check out some of these games, and seriously, let me know what your top 5 favorite games were. I honestly care. I want to know. I'm not one of those YouTubers that say comment down because they want YouTube to pick up the algorithm or some shit. I actually am interested in what you think. And I always reply to all my shit. And it's mostly like, there was so much stuff this year. There was so much stuff this year. Like I said, all 3 major companies, Nintendo with the Switch, PlayStation with their incredible exclusive, and on PC there was so much shit to play. I honestly am curious what you played to make me feel like maybe I should still check this out anyway if I skipped over it, because you can't play everything. You just can't play everything. Thank you guys for watching, and stay real.